What is a healthy church? Let's say you're moving into a new town, you're looking for a new church to join, and I would hope that it's a healthy one. I hope that you're looking for a healthy one. But what do most people look for? They look for worship style, or if the preacher is dynamic, or if the programming is good, if they have something good for their youth. Some people look for just convenient parking, good location, good coffee. Is it friendly people? Is it the way you feel on the very first impression as you walk into the church? There's lots of things that people look to for a church, but are these things that should measure the health of the church? I'm Brian Catherman with SaltyBeliever.com, and I am looking at this book, What is a Healthy Church by Mark Dever. The majority of Mark Dever's ministry has been focused on identifying and strengthening churches so that they'd be healthy. This little book is a part of that ministry. 9 Marks is the name of that ministry, and of course he's also a pastor. He's been a pastor in a church for many, many, many years, and a lot of that experience comes out in here. But Mark Dever's desire is to say, what does the Bible say is a healthy church? So let's go ahead and take a look at this book. Mark Dever, What is a Healthy Church? It's in the 9 Marks series of books. It's published by Crossway in Wheaton, Illinois. There is a copyright on this of 2007. The copy that I have looks like it might have previously been copyrighted in 2005 as well. It's about 126, 127 pages. Here's how it's broke down. The first section, it's really a book in 3 parts, but I would say it's probably 2 parts. The first part is really, how should we think about church? What is a church? What is a church not? How do we explore joining a church? Or what do we do when we want to leave a church? Or how should we be thinking? And it's just a really good discussion on that. There's a great parable in the beginning. I would say the parable is worth the entire cost of the book. It's a story about Mr. and Mrs. Hand leaving a church. It's kind of silly, and ear and mouth and nose and eyes, and I mean, there's just a funny picture of what the church is supposed to be, yet we talk about it in such strange ways. Then the next 2 parts are really a summary of the 9 Marks. This book is kind of a summary of the bigger book that he's done called 9 Marks of a Healthy Church. So if you've read this one, the part 2 and part 3 of this little one is going to look like this. If you have not read the bigger book, then this is a great overview. It's a great summary. If you're a Jiffy Lube Joe, you're in the pew and you're not sure you have the time to read the big one, then this is a good one. But anyway, part 2 is the essentials. He says there's lots of things we could be looking at, lots of gauges, lots of measurements. When we go into the doctor, do we take blood pressure, cholesterol? Do we take other samples, blood samples, things like that? Or what do we measure to figure out if we're healthy? Well, he says there's 3. All the rest are going to come out of. It's going to inform all the rest of the marks if we get these 3 right. He says they are the essential marks, and those are exponential preaching, biblical theology, and a biblical understanding of the gospel, the good news, throughout the entirety of the revelation of God. And then he has these other ones. He says there's part 3, the important ones. A biblical understanding of conversion, biblical understanding of evangelism and membership and discipline and discipleship and growth and leadership and things like that. So really it's a good way to go, okay, this is what the Bible says is a healthy church, and if I'm looking to examine the health of a church, I should look for these 3 essentials and these 6 really important things. Again, we're not looking for the perfect church, we're looking for the healthy church. We're not looking for the only list of marks. There are many other things we could look to, but these are the biggies. This is a great book. I would highly encourage you to pick this book up, go out wherever you love to buy your books, get a copy of this book. It's a quick read, it's a good read. I also want to let you know I have more book reviews at SaltyBeliever.com and a lot more information. If this topic interests you, I would encourage you to go check out the website.